What's up, guys? It's OtherJesus and bringing you a full gameplay video today. It is some domination on Zavad 311. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Sometimes I swear I play these maps so many times. I play this game quite a bit, and I don't even know all the names of the maps. Sometimes I don't even know if I'm saying the names of the maps right. I pretty much just get into the game and start to own hardcore as much as I can. And in this game here, I am using the Ace, and the Ace will be the next game, or sorry, the next weapon that I review for you guys. I've surpassed 500 kills with it. I started going through all my footage for it tonight, getting rid of some of the games that I lagged out of or that I got booted from, lost connection to the server, that kind of thing. Or some, I go through all the games, and, if I had a bad game where I went, 3 and 12, what I do typically is I'll just kind of go through all the games, and when I'm doing the weapon reviews, what I've been doing, I'll go to the end of the match, and if I had a bad game like 3 kills, or because sometimes in the big matches, well, let me say 2 things about that. If I just don't have a good game, there's no use in really keeping that footage, because I'll later go back and go through the entire game and look for the little mini tears or some pretty interesting kills. But typically, if I only had like a few kills in a game, if I had a bad game, then just toss that footage. And then also what I've kind of been doing is, when I did my previous weapon reviews, like, I was just kind of sticking with one weapon just the entire time, even if I went into a rush, no matter what match I went into, a domination, whatever, a conquest large, didn't matter. I would just stick with it like I was playing conquest large with the FAMAS. But what I've been doing now when I go into, say, a Conquest Large or something where I know there's going to be vehicles, I have been going in as an engineer because I want to be able to support my team more. I felt like sometimes when I was working with the FAMAS, and even recently when I started working with the Ace, was that I just wasn't helping my team enough, because I like getting into the choppers. I love flying the choppers. I don't like flying the jets as much in Battlefield 4, but I still get into the jets. And I try to get into the tanks and stuff too, even though I'm not that good in the tanks, but I try. But anyway, that kind of brings me to what this video is about. So it's 2 weeks since the Xbox One has released, so I kind of want to talk about the state of Battlefield 4, and maybe talk a little bit about the Xbox One, but not so much, just kind of about Battlefield 4 in general. Now, when I sat down to do this, Battlefield 4, it's got so many things wrong with it right now that it really feels like it's been out for a much longer. And in a way it has been, because it's been out on the Xbox 360, and I can pretty much forgive all the problems on the Xbox 360 because it's the Xbox 360 version. I've been there and done that. But nevertheless, it's only been out 2 weeks on the Xbox One, but it feels like eternity. I've been having just so many problems lately with it, just not being able to join games, getting booted from games, finishing a game. Like, I'll be in a game and I'll finish a game, and I'll hit B to leave the game and go back to the lobby to find a different server or to meet up with some friends, and I'll just sit there in black screen for like 30, 40 seconds, sometimes minutes. And I've noticed that the game isn't really frozen. It's just kind of like taking forever, because I tried it. Like, at first I thought, oh, the game's frozen, and I was quitting the game and I was just restarting it. And then I realized that no, because I let it sit there for a long time once. I just kind of wanted to see what happened. And sure enough, after like a few minutes, it did go back to the lobby. So I don't know what's going on with that. I haven't seen that lately. It might have been a router problem or something, because I was trying a new router out. So not 100% sure, but still I'll lose connection to the servers. Um, it's just been really messy. The other thing that just still continuously bugs me is the user interface in this game. And I've seen on the forums that DICE says that they might not even fix these things. And what I'm talking about is the inability to form a squad before you enter into a game. This makes no sense. I cannot explain how dumbfounded I am that they removed this feature from Battlefield 4. It was in Battlefield 3, and for some reason they felt the need to take it out of Battlefield 4. Now, I'm not going to get into details about how to join squads in this game, but I don't see any reason besides that they want to like push their apps or something like that, which still doesn't even make sense. It's still not a substitute. The way you should be able to play this game, this is a squad-based game. You should be able to join a squad pre-game and then select the game that you want to go into. Use the server browser, which it could use improvements, in my opinion, and then you join the game together. Now, what I think would even be better, of course, it's great to be able to use the server browser and pick out the server that you want, the exact map that you want. But I think a better option is the quick match. Now, they've even changed the quick match. They've even dumbed the quick match down from Battlefield 3 to Battlefield 4. In Battlefield 3, with the quick match, you could say, I want this game type and I want this map, and search for that map, and it would just drop you into a game with that map. Although sometimes it would drop you into an empty server if no one was playing that, right? So I just don't understand why we can't form a squad pre-game and then just essentially just go to quick search and say, I want to join a domination game. And then the Battlefield, the game, just freaking finds a domination game for you and drops you into it, all on the same team, all in the same squad, ready to go. There's no reason why I should have to be on the opposite team as my buddies in a game that supports 32 people on a team. It's just again, I don't even have the words. I mean, I think the user interface is just so bad. And, I'm not trying to be like sounding entitled or rude. I know what I'm saying can come off that way. But it just makes no sense to me. It's so counterintuitive. It's not friendly for the user, in my opinion. So I was really frustrated. I don't post on the DICE forums. Excuse me. I don't post on the DICE forums very much, but I actually went to the forums and just kind of complained a little bit because I was tweeting DICE's Battlefield Twitter account, and they're pretty good about replying from time to time and just checking in. And I was like, yeah, shit is fucked up, basically. And they were like, leave your feedback in the forums. So I did. So I went in and I kind of just complained. I mean, I was pretty good about it. I didn't really just blow up like some of the people do on forums. I kept it pretty civil. But they really need to think about hiring somebody else to do the user interface for Battlefield, because it's just done all wrong. And their matchmaking system, although I do love the server browser and I do love the dedicated servers, it's just a total step backwards from Battlefield 3, and I just think it's really too bad. It's really sad. What else? Oh, yes. The lag in the servers. Now, this fucking knife. What bullshit right here, right? Fuck, why did I even try to knife that guy? I don't even know. Pardon my language there, but God, I should have just shot his dumbass. Um, the lag in this game. Yes. Yes, there is lag, and I know that even when you have dedicated servers, there is going to be lag, but to me, it just seems like this game is on par with Call of Duty lag. It seems like this game is on par with peer-to-peer lag. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what DICE was trying to do, but it feels like that there's lag compensation. It feels like that they are trying to compensate for people that have shitty connections. And if you have a shitty connection, I'm sorry about that. It's I've had a shitty connection before in my life, but I pay good money for my internet. It's one of my few luxuries in life that I pay a decent amount of money for some good internet. And I don't feel like DICE or any developer should have to, write their code in to compensate for little Johnny who has the slowest dial-up imaginable and for some reason has a freaking insanely high ping. That's why I'm playing a game with dedicated servers, is to try and avoid that kind of thing. Now, although maybe a few times I did see maybe something weird in Battlefield 3, but it was almost non-existent. And in this game, I feel like I see bullshit all the time. Getting shot behind walls when I know I am way around the corner. Getting killed by a weapon and not even hearing any bullets, just straight up dropping dead. Things like that. Or I'll be flying my helicopter and my missile alarm will go off, and the moment the missile alarm goes off, like I'm dead. Boom. Like I don't like not even time to react. And what that tells me is that on little Johnny's screen, he fired his missile at me, freaking 10 seconds ago. But on my game, the alarm just went off, and I don't have any time to react. A lot of little things like that. And what really bugs me is that there is an option in the settings for basically for lag compensation, although they call it network smoothing. Like, you should not have an option in your game for network smoothing. And it should just be done. You just code it and that's it. There shouldn't be any switch for me to make the graphics shittier but my network better, or to make the graphics great but the network shitty. It should just be at 50% at all times for everybody, or whatever the setting should be. It should just be the same for everybody at all times. No reason for that. Makes no sense in my humble opinion. And that is the end of this game, guys. That was my 14 minute long just kind of brain spasm there on the current state of Battlefield. I really hope DICE fixes these problems very soon, because the internet is exploding with rage on how messed up this game is, and the internet does not forgive easily. So we'll see how it goes, guys. Until then, thanks for watching. Please rate, like, and subscribe. Love you guys. It's OtherJesus. I'm out. Sleep well.